Welcome to the Umbrella. In lesson number 3, we're going to look at joining a discussion. Now, you can find discussions by clicking on the Discussions button on the menu at the top of the screen. Click on it here, and it actually brings up a little information about the sort of conversations that are going on, some of the recent activity you can see right here on the screen. But what we really want to know is how to interact with the community forum that we all have access to. Now, if you are a member of a designated group within the umbrella, you may also see some alternate forums here, but everyone who is joined up, everyone who has an account, has the ability to view and post on the community forum. So as we can see here, we already have a few discussions that are ongoing. Now, by participating in the discussion forums, you agree that you will represent yourself accurately and not impersonate anyone else. You'll speak to the best of your knowledge and not perpetuate falsehoods. You won't use any hateful or offensive language, and will report all occurrences of such language in the community to the curator, and share only information or documents which you actually have the right to share. Now, in the box that's labeled Community Forum, as we can see right here, we actually have a list of ongoing topics right now. I'm just going to click on the first one. And I can see here that there's a post by Clara that we can look at the content of. But if I wish to add a reply to that, if I have some sort of ongoing content that could be added to it, or I have a point to make regarding it, when I'm logged in, I actually have the ability to post a reply immediately under a topic. In our case, I would normally be seeing my image, the avatar connected to my account right here. And immediately to the right of that, I can actually go in and add a reply to this topic. And it actually has a visual editor. It's fairly easy to use. If you're used to using a word processing program, it's very similar to that. So I could just type a reply right here, and I could even use certain formatting options. And if I wanted to insert, say, links or images, I can do that through the menu at the top of the reply section. There's actually a lot of options here, but actually if you hover your pointer over them, they actually give you an indication of what they are. Now, going back to discussions once again, and going back, if I wanted, into the community forum. Again, we have a list of all the current topics, but what if I wanted to add a new topic to the forum? On the right-hand side of the screen, it actually gives me the button to add a topic. Now, it's important to note that when you're adding a topic, that you really do want to have the type of information that's going to lead to a conversation. So making sure that you have a sense of what you're going to post before you actually click it is always a good idea. So if I click on Add a Topic, I can see here that I can actually start a discussion, or ask a question, propose an idea, or report an issue. In this case, I'd like to start a discussion. Discussion topic. On the right-hand side here, it says Community Forum. By default, that's what will be there. As I mentioned before, it's also possible that she'd have access to an alternate forum. By default, everyone can post in the Community Forum. And this is where I put in some content. And I can even actually add attachments. These are files, like documents, that might add some color or some information to what I'm actually posting about. And I can add related content as well. So if I could upload a file relevant to the topic, and there's also the ability to broadcast. Check out lesson 4 for information regarding that. In our case, we want to label any relevant topics that you're discussing within the message itself. You can add a label. In fact, there's a bunch that are already here. If what you're posting about has to do with one of these topics, you can actually just click next to them. And once you're done, you actually just hit Publish. But before you do that, you might actually want to save it as draft, so you can have a little look over the whole thing before you actually post it to the discussion board. Now, by default, you will receive notifications for any content you create or comment on. That means that you'll actually receive an email whenever anyone whenever anyone says something in a forum that you have started or contributed to. And that's how you add to discussions and how you create new discussions. If you have any questions, please send them to the administrator of the Umbrella, and I hope you'll join us for lesson number 4.